What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks, back with another Palantir update video, ticker symbol PLTR, where we take a look at how Palantir stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Palantir stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. Right off the bat, another great green day for Palantir. We are up at $3.63, which is about 10.26%. We are down $1 after hours, which is a negative 3.46%. So about 7% on the day. Still really amazing considering the run that we've had recently, but also how heavy the markets looked today. I mean, if we take a look at the NASDAQ, it was down 2.61%. The Dow Jones was actually down 600 points, another 200 points in the after hours. So if we count that, we're talking an 800 point red day. The S&P was down $3.22 as well, which is, it was down $9, down another $3 in the after hours. So if we combine that, we're talking more than a 3% red day. In a day like that, Palantir was up, 10% on the day, and still with the drop after hours, we're talking a 7% move, right? So what exactly happened? Yesterday, if you guys remembered, right, we were in the 35s, and we were waiting for demo day, and demo day was a little bit disappointing to the regular consumer because they were talking about how consumers were expecting a little bit more than what they saw happen out of demo day. Which is fair, right? It wasn't a presentation that was, a pretty PowerPoint deck or, something that they really could present to the public, but, to a lot of, people that they were catering to, the products did seem to do, they did seem impressive based on what I've seen. They just needed to maybe work on their presentation a little bit. And so we saw a little bit of a sell the news type of event, which was pretty normal. We were expecting a couple of red days. And then right out of the gate today, right, what we saw was in the pre-market, we were hovering right at this 32 level, which was kind of what we had discussed, potentially, even going down to visit this $30 level is kind of what we were expecting. But right out of the gate, right, we pushed up to the 35s, came down VWAP, and then went to 37s. And then it took a little bit of a breather and then continued this run after bouncing off VWAP, this time to $40. And then, wait for it, took a little break again, almost VWAP, and then $45. Came down, pushed up, didn't hit 45, but hit high 44s, and then sold off into the close. Now, this sell-off into the close was market-wide, so it doesn't really concern me. Also, if you take a look at the fact that the stock was up like almost 30%, I'd say, I think at one point, a little bit of profit taking is normal and it's healthy for the stock. So what exactly, happened for today? Not sure, right? I think Palantir has a little bit of a short flow, but I don't think it's enough that it could, warrant the, let's see where it is. Yeah, 8.54%. So it's not too crazy, nothing like GameStop and AMC and all those companies that we've seen. But I did see, a lot of money piling into Palantir, which was pushing it up. So they were talking about this article talks about how they were holding, demo day, and there were valuation concerns, but maybe people are starting to get over that, which could be the reason for the amount of volume and the push up that we saw today. And they're talking about that, so Jeffries talked about how the company was able to show that they're in a class of its own by tackling problems that no other commercial company could address. That being said, they maintained a buy rating and a $30 price target, which is below where the stock is today. And they were talking about how this firm though thinks that the premium valuation doesn't account for fundamental risks to the current growth rate, right? So they're expecting a current growth rate that maybe isn't necessarily going to happen. So that's kind of the two sides for things. Palantir shares are up 14% to $40.35, continuing to gain on the surge of short interest that also drove the meteoric rise for GameStop. So maybe it has a little bit to do with that. That's what my assumption is. Or maybe people are really excited about demo day. I think it's the first and not the latter, but let me know what you guys think. Let's take a look at, future levels of support and resistance as we do. What an insane run Palantir has had. If you watch my videos for a while, right, you know that for the longest time we were waiting for this consolidation period and we were waiting for that breakout. And we got that breakout, right? We were able to, kind of spot that ahead of time and really take advantage of it if you were able to spot it. And then we pushed up and then we took a day off and then thought it was going to be another sell-off, but we pushed up. So what do we have in terms of support and resistance coming up? I'm going to draw a line for us right there. That would be kind of my first line, and then the 45 would be my second line. So currently, right, we are here. I'm going to draw another line for us right here, and then we will discuss why I'm drawing these lines on the hourly chart. So, well, first things first, we are at $38.14 in the after hours. So what do we have coming up from a level of resistance? Meaning if we push up, what are the levels that I'm personally watching out for, where the stock could maybe take a break or get rejected, meaning it'll go up, hit that level, and come right back down. First level that I'm looking at on the upside is this $40 level from both a mental resistance perspective, as well as the way it acted in this hourly candle here, this hourly candle, and this after hours hourly candle, getting rejected by it a bunch of times, really only able to make it up there for one candle before coming right back down the next. So that $40 resistance, I still think, although we've gotten above it, it'll take a little bit of momentum to push through again. And then if we can push through that, I mean, really, we don't have any resistance until 45, right? Because we went up 1 hour and came down the next. So $40.16 clears us for 45, and then 45 clears us for all-time highs. On the downside though, since I think there could be a little bit more profit taking due to the way markets are looking right now, due to the way Palantir has been up lately, first level is this 36.72 level, right? Again, reason being, we kind of bounced off of it in the after hours. If we go back to yesterday, we got rejected at 36.87. If we scroll back just a little bit more, we saw the same thing happen on 125 where we were able to break above it, but really that's where we ended the candle, and it was pretty close to a lot of these candles on the hourly chart. That's why I have the line there. Now it's not perfect, right? Give or take like 25 cents or so whenever you're taking a look at resistances like that, right? So again, on the downside, we have the two levels that I just highlighted, with the 36.72 being the first level, and then we've got this level right here in the 32s, which actually really nicely aligns with our 8 EMA as well. So as you guys could see today, right, it was a perfect example of why the 8 EMA is so important today as well as 2 days ago. So if we take a look at the low and the 8 EMA from 2 days ago, the low was at 29.56 and the 8 EMA was 29.31. So we're talking a 25-cent difference on where it bounced. And then today our low was 32.25 and the 8 EMA was 32.51. Again, a 25-cent bounce. So the first level, yes, is this 36.72 level, but the next level is this 32.50s level, right? 32.51 is where we have the line, or excuse me, we have the line near this, but the 8 EMA is 32.51, right? And I'm really looking forward to that 8 EMA holding up if we drop all the way to that level. So we've got 36.72 level, and we've got this 8 EMA right behind it in the 32.50s. I think that if we do drop to that level, we hopefully find support and start to push back up. If not, the next level is right at $30. Which would be, more than a $9 drop, or excuse me, not a $9 drop because we're down in the after hours. It'd be like a $7 drop from where we are in the after hours today. So I hope we don't see that, but who knows, because of the way the markets are looking right now. One thing that I do want to point out, not necessarily Palantir related, but S&P related, is we broke 8 and the 21 EMA bouncing off 34. The last time we did that, right, we're only there. We closed above the 21, even though it was a red day, and then started to push up. Here we closed below the 21 and are at the 34, right? So here we bounced off 34, closed above 21, So that's something that I'm really closely going to monitor, because that could lead to a little bit of a fall in SPY, kind of like we saw here back in late October. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hope you guys are able to take advantage of, you know, all this movement, whether it's up or down. I was able to get out of my call position that I shared 2 days ago. So now my only position on Palantir is a little bit of shares, as well as a leap call going all the way out to 2023. I am still bullish on the company. We'll, you know, continue holding. I actually sold a covered call for this week, 50 strike price, expiring January 29th. I was able to get $1.50, which is $150, close it out, and at the end of the day for about 70 bucks. So I was able to make a quick, you know, I think 50% gain on that, a little bit more than 50, from $1.50 down to 70 or 71 cents. So, because when it went up to kind of the 44, 45 level, I was able to get a decent premium for it. And my reasoning was not that, you know, it was kind of twofold, right? One was I would be happy to sell my shares at $50, wait for a pullback, and then get right back in. That was my goal if it were to reach 50 and my covered call was breached. And if my covered call wasn't breached, I'd get to keep $150 for holding that, you know, for the next 2 days. The reason I ended up closing it today was because I got, you know, a 50% return in a couple of hours, which again is not typical. I'm not saying that I have done that over and over again, right? It was definitely a you know, one-off scenario, if you will, but just wanted to share that. Covered calls are a great way if you own enough shares, or if you have, you know, long-term calls, for you to lower either your cost basis for them, or, you know, get a little bit of passive income on the side. So that's what I was able to do today. Let me know what you guys have been doing with Palantir, and I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comment section. If you're bullish, if you think it's going up from here, maybe you think it hits 50 this week, let me know down in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.